Alrighty, let's look into our market review and daily recap for Thursday, July 13th, 2023. Another nice update in the markets today. Let's take a look at what the markets did. So let's jump into SPY here so we can see SPY up on the screen. After yesterday's bullish CPI numbers, we continued our trek higher. So on the weekly here, definitely breaking through our resistance area and moving higher. If we take a look at the daily, absolutely another nice big up day. It got up and stayed up most of the day, unlike yesterday where we were a little indecisive. Today just continued its move higher. Now, a couple of things, and I know it may be difficult for you to see on this screen a bit, so hopefully you can see well enough. But you can see stochastic momentum turned and is moving up. This is always a really bullish move when this happens. So when something is overbought, drops, and then comes back higher, it's usually another pretty good leg higher when that move happens. It doesn't always have to be oversold or what have you to reverse higher. It can reverse midstream and head higher is usually a pretty good move. You got MACD crossing here as well. Now we are well above the zero line on the MACD, and you've got RSI up at 77, which is pretty, pretty high up there. It's not quite as high as it was back here when RSI was at 87, but again, we are at new highs, and RSI is still not at new highs. Where it was. Doesn't mean it can't get there, but you're setting new highs and RSI is not at new highs right now. That is a bit of a little bit of a warning sign. You're heading up here at the top as well towards the 3 ATR, and you are above the Bollinger Band on this close. So closing above the Bollinger Band, closing near the 3 ATR range with RSI at 77, a bit overbought here. Doesn't mean we can't go higher and stay higher for longer, but you are getting a bit extended. Will be interesting to see how much higher this market can go. Next stop maybe somewhere around 4,500 or so might be the next on the markets. SPX was 4,500, SPY's at 449. So I think 4,500 is where we were today. So instead of 450, I meant to say 460 being the next nice round number up. You have some potential resistance sitting up here around 458 to 460. So I guess that would be our next potential target. We still have potentially some room to run on SPY. Looking at the Qs as well, if we take a look at the Qs, pretty much the same type of thing. Another big gap up day. So you've had 2 gap days in a row. We'll have to fill those gaps at some point in time above the Bollinger Bands. Everything's pretty much the same. You got MACD reversing, but not breaking positive. But you do have RSI getting closer to the previous highs, but still not there, but it could get there tomorrow. But it's at 79 on the RSI. So you're definitely overbought RSI, but not overdone on MACD or stochastic momentum. So you have some room. So you say there's a chance to go higher. I think there is on tech. And then IWM, if we look at where we are on the Russell and the small caps, another nice up day, making a move above this line that we broke yesterday, this resistance, closed back down on it, and then bounced off it and moved higher today. So we opened higher, came down, hit on it, and moved higher. So pretty good line here around the 191 on IWM that's starting to form a decent potential resistance level. All kinds of different lines drawn all over here. We broke out of this downtrend, so it's really not much of a factor anymore. You have this uptrend line still in play. Nothing has changed regarding that. And these resistance lines here still in play. But strong weekly looking, strong daily looking. And unlike the other indexes, the previous highs here on RSI back here was around 75. This most recent high was around 67, and today you're at 75. So we are seeing new highs on RSI, which means IWM could have more room to go, unlike what we saw in the other two. So it doesn't mean they're all not moving higher, but that's what we're seeing. So taking a quick look at oil. Oil continues its march higher, and you have had 3 solid weeks of uptrend here, moving up all the way to the 200 EMA here at roughly 77.50. We closed the day at 77.21. Strong MACD moves, strong RSI moves, setting new highs here on the RSI from the recent highs. You've got the weeklies looking strong. You've got a really good bullish looking move on CL. Can you pull back here? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you want to pull back to the 21 EMA and make another run higher, but that's all the way down at 72. And that 21 EMA is about to cross the 50 EMA, another really bullish sign. So I am still very bullish oil in here. I think oil looks really good. Gold, same thing. You've had 2 weeks of solid up move in gold, breaking above the 21 EMA yesterday, breaking above the 50 EMA today. You broke this downtrend line, which has pretty much invalidated that whole downtrend now. So we'll remove that off of there. These fib levels from previous moves, I think we're just going to leave these alone for now, but I think you've already pulled back to the 618 and you're bouncing off of it. So you know what? I think we'll just kill those off. So those are really not something, but we bounced right off the 618 on gold. Strong looking move on gold, not overdone at all yet. So I think you've got some more upside on gold to go. We've seen some really strong moves in the Aussie dollar. We've seen strong moves in the British pound dollar, and then on the ES, or the 6E, which is the euro, again, just racketing up here. So you've got really strong weekly moves, breaking through some resistance here on the euro futures. It looks strong. And why is this all happening? Well, look at the US dollar. It is just getting crushed. So the US dollar has lost quite a bit over the last week or two, so last couple of weeks, but you've been in a pretty solid downtrend. That downtrend continues. You can draw a downtrend line pretty much anywhere you want to, and you have a downtrend line in multiple different areas here, and you just broke through some support down in here. So now that support is broken, will that act as a resistance if we try to come back up? We'll see what happens, but I think this level here, which we just broke yesterday and didn't quite come up and retest today, can now act as a decent resistance level. You can see on the weekly, we're hitting the 200 EMA. We are stacked to the downside, 250 and then 21 in that order. You are way past the 3 ATR move. You're way past the Bollinger Bands, and you've got RSI down at 14. So you are really overdone on the US dollar, but that has moved all of those other currencies significantly higher. And then in the markets here today, tech up 1.3% as tech moves higher. You've got the XLK coming right back to this resistance level on tech. See if we can break through it. The XLY has already made its moves higher on Amazon and Tesla. Amazon having a fantastic day. One of the big winners, but you had several big winners on the day. So Amazon really breaking through, PSR reversal signal, really bullish Amazon move. You also had Google with a big move today, 4.7%. NVIDIA also with a 4.7% move, hitting yet another new high in this area. So NVIDIA just not relenting at all. This thing still looks like it is poised to go more. So I still think you have more upside on NVIDIA. Tesla, about a 2% up move today. Got a little bit of a flag building here and a little bit of congestion. If Tesla can break through, it's going to also make its move higher. So a lot of really bullish looking charts on here, even though some stuff might be getting overdone a bit, still very, very bullish. So how did our account end up on the day? So let's switch over, take a look at the accounts. And here's where we are on the main trading account for today. Now, Delta's dropped to negative 300, still within our 0.2% range, but it's the highest we've been in quite a while, either up or down. But obviously, as the market moves up, our deltas will move more and more negative because we need that market to drop and so forth, because we have a lot of strangles getting tested and some other things happening in here. We also have some hedges on. So we got to keep an eye on it, but right now 0.1%, that's a pretty good area. I don't think I'm going to do anything to adjust that. We'll see what happens if the market adjusts it on its own. 740 on theta, so theta still hanging around 0.26, still not bad. I'd like a little more theta. I'm really being a little patient on the market to see where things go right now. Netlick dropped a fraction today. I think we dropped about $1,500. Most of that $1,500 drop in Netlick was almost all due to ES strangles getting tested, especially one of them, which we're right now almost to the call strike on that. So on this unrelenting move higher, ES futures strangles getting tested. So that's really where a lot of that comes from. And then the other piece of this loss came from the Euro futures strangle. So strangles right now on extreme moves, not feeling the love. However, Amazon, our synthetic stock position, really moved up well. A bunch of other things moved well. So all in all, not a bad day today. BP dropped significantly today as we closed out some more stuff and as the market's moving higher, so risk is coming off. We're now down under 50% at 48.5. We did have realized gains of $566 today, so we are now at $8,000 in realized gains for the month. We've hit our target pretty much almost at 3%. However, we got to watch and see what happens if we end up losing on any of these strangles that are getting tested. If the market marches higher again tomorrow, most likely we're going to have to close out a strangle. We'll take a little bit of a loss, but we've got such a good month going and we have more stuff coming off soon. Let's take a look at what these winners were today. So as I take a look at the winners, first one was another SPY leap put closed today for 30%. These have been just paying fantastically for us. So $206 on that one, 5.9% return on capital, 30% winner in just 17 days on this move up. So those are paying off nicely. And then also we had a 112 on oil here because, you know, again, oil looking like it's going to make that move higher. Love the 112s. So we opened that 112 back on May 30th. And what we did today was we closed the naked puts. So it was a 63, 61, 51. We closed the 51 naked puts today for 3 cents each, locking in a gain of 86% on this trade. If it reverses and goes into the trap or goes down, we've got a free put debit spread running on this. If not, we've got an 85% winner. We made $360 on that trade. So all in all for today, again, nice $566 for the day in that trade. So good looking stuff on those, and we're doing very well in the account. So we'll keep it running, and you've got a really good month going. Like I said, $8,000 in realized gains, 15 wins, 0 losses so far. Not going to jinx ourselves. We'll add 2 more wins to the kitty here. So looking pretty solid for the month so far, but we're only at the halfway point. All right. Well, if you like this, again, like this video, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't been with us before, and click on that notification icon so you can see when I'm posting videos. We're doing fantastic this month. We have our monthly P&L in, but we have a few positions that might get tested. So we'll see how those come due. But we also have a few other things that are going to expire in the next few weeks. Another 112 trade this month that should come off. Potentially some other 112s in futures, some strangles. We have more weekly strangles potentially that could come off unless, again, we get stopped out on any of those. But we should get the gold weekly strangles to pay off. So we're doing well, enjoying it here. And we'll wish you guys a great rest of your evening. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.